Hello, my name's Jane Oakhill and I'm a professor in the psychology group at the University of Sussex. I want to take this opportunity to provide you with some background information to the programme you've agreed to trial with us, the Comprehension Train, and to thank you for your participation in this project. As we know, reading comprehension is crucial not just for understanding text, but also for learning more generally, and thus education more broadly. It's also important for the conduct of social activities because of email, texting and the numerous web applications that people use on an everyday basis. Successful reading comprehension requires the orchestration of a number of different processes and abilities for its success. A prerequisite for good reading comprehension is, of course, the ability to read and understand the words in the text. It goes without saying that readers will not be able to understand a text if they cannot decode most of the words in it. But effective reading comprehension also requires good language understanding more generally. The training materials, which we've called the Comprehension Train, you're going to be trialling with the class over the next few weeks, are designed to help all children think more deeply about and improve their reading comprehension. So the materials are intended for children of all abilities, not just those who are having particular problems with reading comprehension. The materials you'll be using have been translated and adapted from a more extensive set of published materials which were developed in Spanish by a group of educational psychologists from Buenos Aires, Argentina. We met the members of the group at an international conference on reading several years ago, and we were immediately interested in the comprehension training materials that they'd been developing. More recently, we had the opportunity to visit Buenos Aires and to see one of the programs, the one for older children, which was developed first, in action in primary school classrooms. We've been particularly impressed by these programs because they're soundly grounded in evidence based on the findings of research studies into reading comprehension development and difficulties. There's now an extensive body of research to show that certain knowledge and skills are important to and contribute to the development of reading comprehension. Weaknesses in these areas also contribute to reading comprehension difficulties. These skills and knowledge areas include in particular vocabulary, inference making, comprehension monitoring and understanding of text structure. The training programme builds on this research base and targets these particular knowledge and skills to very good effect. Much of the classroom teaching using the programmes is conducted through oral language and discussion, although of course reading and writing are also involved. Since we know that good oral language skills are crucial to good reading comprehension, the engagement of such skills is an important aspect of the programme. Related to this point is the idea that children learn through discussion with other children, facilitated by the classroom teacher. The training programmes support this type of learning in a whole class context by encouraging children to discuss their own ideas and perspectives on a text and to relate the text to their own experiences in a meaningful way. Moreover, the children we observed in Buenos Aires were very enthusiastic about using the materials, which is important of course because motivation to read is a vital factor in encouraging not only good reading comprehension but also a lifelong love of reading. A unique and very positive aspect of the programme is that children are often required to identify what they do not know and what they do not understand. That's the opposite of what typically happens in classrooms, where children are encouraged to show and are rewarded for displays of knowledge, not acknowledgements of lack of knowledge. Through being encouraged to reflect on what they do not fully understand, children are not only shown the importance of evaluating their understanding, but the teacher can identify what core knowledge, such as the meaning of a key word, needs to be taught. In this way, the teaching of strategies to process a text and meaning becomes an everyday classroom activity. One reason for the programme's effectiveness is that they support not only children's understanding but also support teachers in developing their own knowledge about and understanding of reading comprehension. We believe that this knowledge is crucial for teachers so that they're grounded in the component skills of comprehension and they can understand how comprehension works in order to develop this skill in the classroom. Such knowledge enables teachers to teach flexibly and respond to the needs of different age groups and ability levels. Teachers also need to know how to use the children's responses and shape those towards better understanding. For instance, they need to know how to deal with responses to vocabulary questions in order to refine and deepen understanding of vocabulary items, and how to respond to incorrect answers without diminishing a child's confidence. They also need to understand the nature of inferences in order to judge whether children are producing valid exemplars of inferences, and to modify the child's responses if necessary. The associated training offers this background support and knowledge for teachers, not only by providing face-to-face and online training, but also by providing a brief manual to which teachers can refer. Another very positive aspect of both programmes is that the different knowledge and skills are brought together in support of comprehension of a text and not taught in isolation. Often in research we examine individual skills and knowledge separately in order to identify their unique importance. However, when we read or listen to a text in real life, we're coordinating this wide range of knowledge and skills. We're applying our knowledge of word meanings, grammatical structure, using our background knowledge to generate essential inferences, and evaluating our understanding of the text. In these programmes, lessons are at first tightly scripted so that the teachers and the children can focus on core skills. However, the children later become more independent as their reading comprehension skills develop. One very nice aspect of the programmes is that once the teacher and children are familiar with using the strategies to process a text's meaning, they can apply them to other texts, not just the prescribed ones, and to other subject areas, even maths, and they do. When we explored the programme for younger children, we noted the extensive use of picture-based activities to engage children with the material. These activities are designed to support critical comprehension skills, such as promoting an understanding of the sequence of events, and encouraging children to go beyond the text to generate necessary inferences. We were also impressed with the inclusion of both narrative and expository texts in each themed section to support the development of breadth as well as depth of vocabulary and topic knowledge. We believe that materials such as these can benefit the teaching of comprehension in classrooms across the world. We recently ran a small-scale feasibility study on a subsection of the translated training materials in the UK. These materials were enthusiastically received by teachers, and we hope to be able to expand and more comprehensively assess their use and effectiveness in the UK in future studies. We've devoted much of our professional lives to the study of reading comprehension difficulties and development, and we're very pleased to be able to cooperate with you in this trial and to see the findings from our research and that of others being applied to support future generations of young readers.